Satyam Jnanam Anantam. Om Satyam Jnanam Anantam. Om Satyam Jnanam Anantam.
Namaskar. The science of mudra is the science of communication. The word mudra itself comes from the ancient Sanskrit root mud, which means to delight. Can anything be more delightful than a non-verbal communication? We can communicate with our body, whether we realize it or not. Even in daily life, a straight back communicates confidence and happiness. A slumped shoulder communicates defeat. A wide smile on the face communicates delight in the encounter. A bright eye communicates inner joy. The ancient yogis realized the power of communication of the human body, and they codified so many techniques, principles, making it possible for us to communicate interpersonally within ourselves, intrapersonally between each other, and transpersonally with the cosmos itself. The position of our body communicates our attitude. When we bend forward, it is a gesture of respect, humility. When we bend backward, it is a gesture of submission. When we assume an aggressive stance, it can be a gesture of hostility. This is also part of the art of asana in yoga. Asana literally means a state of being, but the mudra communicates that state of being. So many of our asanas have also the quality of the mudra embedded within their very structure. The asana is the actual result of how we feel, think, or intuit, and the mudra is the communication of that feeling or that thought. That communication can be between a body part, between two people, or between the individual with the cosmos. We have so many body mudras. We call them the Kaya Mudra. And they interlap and overlap with asanas. Our boat posture, or Nawa asana, can become a mudra when we put it into the position known as Vajroli Mudra. This is a gesture, an interpersonal communication by which we communicate to the glandular system to produce certain hormones in order to create certain energies, which will allow us to lift our consciousness to realms in which we can experience higher thought. Now, this is an example of where an asana also becomes a mudra. The mudras have always been a science which has been jealously guarded in this country for very good reason. All of the beautiful Kaya Mudras, including the more esoteric Shakti Mudras, Oli Mudras, should be used and practiced only under the guidance of a guru. They are powerful, they are enlightening, but one must be very careful in their use. I would like to conclude the presentation by inviting all to join this wonderful journey into this magic world of mudra, and conclude by bowing my head in namaskar, using my entire body to gesture my great good wishes toward all who walk this yoga path. Namaskar.
Kaki Mudra. Kaki Mudra is a gesture of the mouth that resembles a crow's beak. To perform this mudra, pucker up your lips as if getting ready to whistle. Hold the Kaki Mudra for some time and feel the energy that is created around the mouth and the cheeks. This mudra helps to obtain conscious control of the nerves of the glossopharyngeal laryngeal plexus. It is used to expel the breath forcefully in the Mukhabhastrika, one of the cleansing pranayamas. It is also used while sounding the vibrational sound of Oo in the Pranava Pranayama and Brahma Mudra. When ready, relax your mouth and enjoy the relaxed feeling spreading throughout your face. Kaka Chandra Mudra. To perform the Kaka Chandra Mudra, open your mouth and roll your tongue into a tube mimicking the tongue of a crow. Protrude the rolled up tongue an inch or so and close your lips over the tongue to further pressure the sides. A healthy exercise is given to the entire oral apparatus in this mudra. Kaka Chandra Mudra is used to sip the air into the throat while performing Shitali Pranayama, one of the cooling pranayamas. This mudra and the cooling pranayamas can help alleviate the hot flushes of menopause and other heating pitta conditions of the body. Jivva Mudra. To perform this gesture of the tongue, relax your lower jaw and open your mouth slightly. Gently roll your tongue into a trough-like V and turn it backwards. Press the tip of your tongue onto your hard palate at the top of your mouth. Leave narrow openings on either side of your tongue through which the air can be inhaled. This is the Jivva Mudra or tongue gesture that is used in the Sitkari Pranayama to produce an excellent cooling effect. When ready, slowly relax the mudra and enjoy the relaxed feeling spreading throughout your mouth. Mayura Mudra. Take up an erect sitting position such as the Vajrasana with your head and body in a single straight line. To perform Mayura Mudra, the peacock-like gesture of the head, slowly jut your chin forward like a peacock while keeping your back in the erect position. Hold this position for 10 to 15 seconds. Release the Mayura Mudra when ready and relax with deep breathing in Vajrasana. This mudra improves the circulation in the neck region and helps to maintain or regain health of this vital region. Repeat the Mayura Mudra a few more times until the entire neck region is energized with healing pranic energy. Mayura Mudra is the first stage in the performance of Jalandhara Bandha, where the extended chin is brought down to rest on the chest. Brahma Mudra. Brahma Mudra is a gesture of the head and neck and is an excellent practice for one and all. Take up any comfortable sitting position with your spine as erect as possible. Rest your hands on your lap while performing the finger interlocking Yoga Mudra. Close your eyes and concentrate on this valuable practice that combines the use of physical movement synchronized with deep breathing and the usage of nada or vibrational sounds involving the utterance of the bija sounds of A, U, E, and M. Breathe in and turn your head towards the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe out while bringing your head back to the central position and make the guttural sound of R. Slowly turn your head to the left while breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe out and bring your head back to the central position, making the labial sound U. Slowly lift your chin up as if attempting to look at the sky and breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe out and make the palatal sound E while bringing your head back to the central position. Finally, lower your head, bringing chin to chest while breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe out and make the labial sound M while bringing your head back to the central position. To repeat the practice a second time, breathe in and turn your head to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Release with the sound R. Breathe in and turn your head to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Release with the sound U. Breathe in and lift your head up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Release with the sound E. Breathe in and lower your head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Release with the sound. To complete a sequence of 3 rounds of the Brahma Mudra, breathe in and turn your head to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Release with the sound R. Breathe in and turn your head to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Release with the sound oo. Breathe in and lift your head up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Release with the sound E. Breathe in and lower your head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Release with the sound mm. Perform a minimum of 3 to 9 rounds of this practice at each sitting. This practice is named after Lord Brahma, the creator in the Hindu pantheon, who is shown with 4 heads, one facing each of the cardinal directions of the compass. It is an excellent practice to prevent as well as relieve disorders of the cervical spine that are so common in this modern day and age. It is important to concentrate on the area of the neck to be relieved, repaired or rejuvenated while sounding the Bija Mantras of A, U, E and E. Rishi culture Maha Mudra. There are different variations of the Maha Mudra or the mighty gesture, and the following is a description of this mudra as taught in the Rishi culture Ashtanga Yoga tradition. Sit erect in the Vajrasana with your hands kept loose alongside your body. Pull your shoulders back and take in a deep breath. Slowly lower your head to the ground while exhaling the breath. Once you have exhaled completely, lift your arms parallel to one another behind your back. Perform a pumping action on the held out breath to forcefully discharge the stale air from the upper parts of your lungs. When ready, slowly come back up to the Vajrasana while inhaling a fresh supply of air into your air-hungry lungs. Repeat this practice at least 3 times at each sitting. The second variation of the Maha Mudra is performed as follows. Sit in the Vajrasana and entwine your hands behind your back. Pull your shoulders back and take in a deep breath. On the outgoing breath, bend forward and bring your head onto the ground in front of your knees. On the held out breath, lift your entwined arms and perform a pumping action to force out any stale air trapped in your upper lungs. When ready, slowly come back up to the Vajrasana and relax your arms. Perform the practice at least 3 times at each sitting. This mudra helps us to obtain conscious control over the process of tidal breathing. It is particularly useful in the control of upper lobular breathing, that is often the main problem of asthmatics and patients of chronic breathing disorders. The upper limbs and the shoulder as well as the back are also energized by the use of the arms in this practice. Classical Maha Mudra. Maha Mudra in the Hatha Yoga tradition, as mentioned in the Hatha Pradipika, is performed as follows. Sit on the ground with your legs extended in front and your hands by the side of the body. Bend your left leg and press your left heel into the perineum while keeping the right leg stretched out in front of you. Use your thumb and first fingers of both hands to grasp the toe of the outstretched right foot. Keep your torso extended and take in a deep breath. Push your chin forward into the Mayura Mudra and then apply the Jalandhara Bandha or jugular lock at the end of the inhalation. Hold your breath and hold the mudra as long as comfortable. When ready, slowly release the Jalandhara Bandha and perform a slow and steady exhalation. Release your hands and then the feet in a phased manner and come back to the original sitting position. Repeat the classical Maha Mudra on the other side with your right foot placed into the perineum to produce a balanced effect on both sides of your body. The Maha Mudra helps us to obtain, maintain or regain abdominal health and tones up the entire digestive and excretory systems, as all abdominal organs receive an excellent massage. When ready, slowly release your hands and then the feet to come back to the Uttanasana with your legs stretched out in front for a period of quiet relaxation. Yoga Mudra, the gesture of union, is done from Padmasana, the lotus posture. There are two hand positions that may be used while performing the Yoga Mudra. In the first position, which is relatively more simple, the right hand is used to catch the left wrist behind the back. The second position is more difficult and is done by crossing the hands behind the back so as to catch the right foot with the right hand and the left foot with the left hand. Once the hand position has been attained, the head is lifted on an in-breath and an excellent stretch given to the entire spinal column. The head is then brought down to the ground slowly while breathing out. The forehead or the chin may be placed on the ground depending on your ability and flexibility. Shallow, Sukshma Pranayama or butterfly-like subtle breathing is done in the final position to attain a quiet state of psycho-physical union. The Yoga Mudra helps relieve abdominal disorders of many kinds and is especially useful for patients of diabetes mellitus as well as liver and digestive disorders. When ready, come back up to the sitting position on an in-breath. Slowly and carefully release your hands and then the feet and enjoy a short period of relaxation with your feet stretched out in front of you. Vajroli Mudra. Vajroli Mudra is one of the Shakti or Oli Mudras of Hatha Yoga and has two parts that activate the thunderbolt action of the pelvic plexus. To perform the first part, sit erect with your legs stretched out in front, performing the Uttanasana, with your hands kept palms down on the ground to their side. From the sitting position, raise both your legs straight up and bring them as close to your torso as possible. The hands are kept on the ground and extreme hand pressure is used against the ground to attain to the highest lift with the head and knees as close together as possible. After holding the Vajroli Mudra for a comfortable period, relax the pose and slowly bring your legs down to the ground. Take a short rest before repeating the practice a couple of times. A sea change is brought about in the pelvic circulation by the regular performance of this practice. Healthy circulation and nerve energy in this region produces health and well-being of all the abdominal and pelvic organs of the endocrine, reproductive, and excretory systems. In part 2, a similar procedure is followed and the legs are elevated as in part 1. After attaining to the straight lift, grasp both your ankles with your hands and pull your head in as tight as possible against your knees. The weight of the whole body is balanced mainly on the tailbone. After holding the mudra for a comfortable period, relax the pose and slowly bring your legs down to the ground. Take a well-deserved short rest before repeating the practice a couple of times. To be done in the perfect manner, extreme pressure must be created in this mudra by performing the Bandha Trayam, that is a combination of the Mula, Udhyana and Jalandhara bandhas. This is an advanced technique that must be learnt on a one-to-one basis from an experienced guru. Pashini Mudra. Pashini Mudra The noose-like gesture is a complicated Hatha Yoga posture that is also known as the Yoga Nidra Mudra. From the supine Shavasana, slowly lift both your legs and bring them close to your head as if performing the Halasana. Bend both your legs at the knees and cross your feet behind your neck. Let the ankles of both feet rest against your neck. Note that the legs are locked behind the head while the body reclines on the mid-lower back. Bring your hands together and perform the Namaskar Mudra at your chest. Slowly breathe in and stretch your arms forward into the Agra Mudra and hold the pose. Then bring your hands back to the chest in Namaskar Mudra while breathing out. Repeat this sequence 3 to 9 times. Pashini Mudra stimulates the entire spinal and paraspinal areas that are associated with the 5 lower chakras from the Mooladhara chakra to the Vishuddha chakra. The psychological benefits of this mudra include a release from the unconscious animal conditioning that is afraid of being locked up or chained up. Here, we voluntarily tie ourselves into a knot in order to release the hidden, subconscious fears and thus become conscious human beings. When ready, slowly release the bound up legs and bring them back to the ground. Enjoy a well-deserved rest in the supine Shavasana while performing deep breathing. Sahajoli Mudra. Sahajoli Mudra, the natural power gesture, is done while balancing on the head in Shirsasana. If you are proficient in the Shirsasana, slowly attain to a steady and comfortable posture from which you may then perform the 2 parts of the Sahajoli Mudra. To do the first part, bend your knees until the soles of your feet are touching one another. This is the frog-like action of the Manduka Mudra. Hold your breath and apply as much pressure as possible from sole to sole while holding your breath out. After holding the mudra for a comfortable period of time, slowly bring your feet back up to the straight-legged position on an incoming breath. Release the Shirsasana and slowly bring your legs down to the ground. Relax in the Shashangasana for a short while and enjoy the energetic pranic activation of your circulatory and nervous systems that is produced by this mudra. To perform the second part of the Sahajoli Mudra, attain to a comfortable and steady Shirsasana. Slowly entwine your legs into the Garuda Mudra, the eagle gesture of the feet. At the beginning, keep the entwined legs bent and then straighten them upwards on a deep incoming breath. Hold the stretched position with a held-in breath for a comfortable period of time. Then, on an outgoing breath, bring your entwined legs back to the bent position. Repeat this action of bending and straightening your knees a few times. When ready, slowly release your bound up legs and come back to the Shirsasana. Slowly come back down to the ground and relax in the Shashangasana. Then enjoy a deep period of relaxation in the Shavasana to let the benefits of this practice seep into each and every cell of your body. The Sahajoli Mudra rejuvenates the entire neuroendocrine system and leads to the attainment of overall good health and well-being. Both of these practices are of an advanced nature and must be learned from a competent guru, as this presentation is merely an introduction and not a substitute for direct instruction. Bhujangini Mudra. To perform the flaring cobra gesture, take up the Unmukha Asana, which is a prone position with your entire body in a straight line. In this technique, the emphasis is on the breathing pattern and the production of a mighty hissing sound through the clenched teeth. Slowly bring your arms forward and keep the palms on the ground alongside the respective shoulder. Take in a deep breath while performing the Unmukha Asana. While making a mighty hissing sound on the out breath, flare back into the Bhujangasana. On the incoming breath, relax back onto the face prone position and then again flare back with a mighty hiss on the out breath. Repeat this mudra at least 3 to 6 times at each session. The Bhujangini Mudra helps to release the pent-up stress that accumulates in our system from our daily life and provides great emotional and mental relief. It is an excellent stress buster and is a must for all in this day and age. Finally, relax in the Unmukha Asana for a period of relaxation, letting the benefit of this mudra seep into every part of your body. Simha Mudra. The lion gesture has a special arrangement of the jaw and tongue while doing Simhasana, the lion pose. The tongue is extended as far as possible and the eyes fixated at that midpoint between the eyebrows. To perform this mudra with the Simhanada or roar of a lion, lock up your feet in the Padmasana. Close both your hands in a tight fist with the thumbs in the middle of the fist. Come onto your knees and balance with your fists on the ground in front of you. Take in a deep breath while lowering your head towards the abdomen. With an explosive, lion-like roar, raise your head and perform the Simha Mudra. Extend your tongue as far as possible and fix the gaze of both your eyes at the midpoint between your eyebrows. Try to look as fierce as possible. The Simha Mudra produces a strong digestive and nervous system that can stomach and fight any battle offered as a challenge by life. This practice was a favorite of Yoga Maharshi Dr. Swami Geethanjali Giri, who was known as the Lion of Pondicherry for his great courage in the face of adversity. Thadagi Mudra. This tank-like gesture of Hatha Yoga is performed from a sitting position. Sit erect in the Uttana Asana with your legs stretched out in front of you. Keep your torso as straight as possible. Bend forward and catch hold of the outside of your feet with the thumb and first two fingers of both hands. Lift your head and stretch the neck with a small back bend. Bring your chin down to the chest while breathing out. Hold the breath out and hollow up your abdomen by pulling your abdominal muscles in as far as possible. Hold this mudra 10 to 15 seconds. When ready, release the abdomen back to its normal position. Slowly come back to the sitting position and lift your chin off the chest while taking in a deep inhalation. With practice, the mudra may be held for a duration of even up to 3 minutes. A wonderful massage of all abdominal organs occurs during this practice, leading to improved abdominal and pelvic circulation. The gastric fire is stimulated and the abdominal musculature is also toned up in a healthy manner. This mudra gets its name, Thadagi, because the abdomen is lifted like a tank. Viparita Karani. Viparita Karani is the shoulder stand like mudra, where the weight of the body is supported by the elbows, while the hands are placed against the pelvic girdle. From the supine Shavasana, slowly lift both your legs up as if performing the Sarvangasana. However, the weight of your body should be balanced on your elbows and arms and not on your shoulders. Hold the posture in a comfortable manner and then start to perform the incomplete and complete actions of this mudra. Perform the incomplete action by taking a deep inhalation and bringing your straightened legs towards your head so that your body makes an acute angle. Then perform the completed action by pushing your legs away while exhaling the breath. Make sure that your feet are extended in a rigid position, making an obtuse angle. Breathe in, bringing your feet towards your head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe out, pushing your feet away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Continue the Viparita Karani for a minimum of 3 to 9 rounds of this alternation between the incomplete and complete postures with the breath cycle. Viparita Karani promotes a healthy metabolic function by stimulating the pancreas and the uptake of insulin by cells of the body. It is highly recommended for the prevention, control, and possible cure of conditions such as diabetes mellitus and imbalances of the thyroid gland. It is also useful to reduce prolapsed organs such as the uterus or rectum back into their normal location. When ready, slowly bring your legs down to the ground in a phased manner and enjoy a quiet period of relaxation in the Shavasana. Different mudras are used in various Hatha Yoga sequences and Kriyas to improve the energy flow in the body as well as to help attain a state of meditation in action. Concentration is improved and the mind settles into the body better when such mudras are used. It also adds to the inherent benefit of the asana or the kriya. Vajra Virasana with the Hasta Mudra sequence. Several Hasta Mudras can be used while sitting in the Ekapada Vajra Virasana. Sit in the Vajrasana and then slowly perform the Vajra Virasana. Bring your left foot forward so that it is flat on the ground with your toes in line with your right knee. The weight of your body should be balanced on the ball of the toes of your right foot. Place the palms of both hands together in the Namaskar Mudra. Breathe in and lift your hands high over the head into the Anjali Mudra. Breathe out and lower your hands back to the Namaskar Mudra. Breathe in and extend your hands with your palms together into the Aghra Mudra. Breathe out and bring your hands back to the Namaskar Mudra at the chest. To repeat the practice, breathe in and perform Anjali Mudra. Breathe out and perform Namaskar Mudra. Breathe in and perform Agra Mudra. Breathe out and perform Namaskar Mudra. At least 3 rounds of this body movement and breath coordination practice should be performed before changing over to the opposite side. This practice stimulates powerful energy currents in the upper portion of the body and rejuvenates the cranial nerves, as well as tones up all components of the spinal column, especially in the cervical region. When ready, relax back to the Vajra Virasana and then come into a relaxed Vajrasana. Vriksha Kriya, the tree action. A Kriya or structured set of movements can be performed out of Vrikshasana, the tree pose, by using several Hasta Mudras, with the arms extending out like the branches of a tree. From the Samasthiti Asana, perform Vriksha Asana by bringing your left foot onto your right thigh while standing on your right leg. After attaining to a stable Vrikshasana, bring your hands into the Namaskar Mudra. Lift your hands high over the head into the Anjali Mudra while taking a deep inhalation. Breathe out and slowly lower your hands straight out to the side with your arms in line with your shoulders. Make sure that your palms are kept facing upward. Breathe in and bring your hands back to the Namaskar Mudra at the chest. Rest in the Namaskar Mudra and perform a slow exhalation. Breathe in and slowly extend your hands forward into the Agra Mudra. Breathe out while slowly bringing your hands back to the Namaskar Mudra at the chest. This completes 1 round of the Vriksha Kriya. To perform a second round of this practice, bring your hands into the Namaskar Mudra. Breathe in and lift your hands into the Anjali Mudra. Breathe out and slowly lower your hands straight out to the side. Breathe in and bring your hands back to the Namaskar Mudra. Rest in the Namaskar Mudra and perform a slow exhalation. Breathe in and slowly extend your hands into the Agra Mudra. Breathe out and slowly bring your hands back to the Namaskar Mudra. At least 3 rounds of this movement and breath coordination activity should be performed while balancing on one leg before performing the Kriya while balancing on the opposite side. This practice improves coordination and stimulates powerful energy currents in the upper portion of the body. It also induces a sense of steady balance and strength in the lower limbs. Both sides of the brain are activated by this right-left coordination activity that is a wonderful tool to improve concentration and develop a greater attention span in young children. Slowly release the hand and foot position and come back to the Samasthiti Asana for a period of quiet relaxation and contemplation. Chakra awareness with Hatha Mudras. The sitting Vajrasana or thunderbolt position is an excellent example of a position where the hands can be used to generate pranic energies and awareness at the different chakric levels. From the Vajrasana, stretch your arms up and join your palms together in the Anjali Mudra. The whole back is given an excellent stretch in this pose. The entire Pranamaya Kosha, as well as the Sahasrara Chakra and all the higher chakras that exist above it, are energized by this mudra. Slowly bring your hands down to your head with your wrists touching the top of your head, thus forming a beautiful triangular frame for your face. This is the Kailash Mudra that energizes the Sahasrara Chakra. When the hands are brought down from the Kailash Mudra and placed in front of the forehead, we can energize our Ajna Chakra or center of inner intuition. This energizes our pituitary gland, that is the master conductor of our endocrine orchestra. This helps us to obtain excellent glandular health. As we bring the Namaskar Mudra to the front of the neck, we can feel the energetic vibrations that recharge the Vishuddha Chakra and normalize our thyroid function. When the Namaskar Mudra is brought down to the chest region, we can feel the healing energies flood through our Anahata or heart chakra. This sequence of mudras helps us to recharge the psychic battery of our Pranamaya Kosha and produces health and well-being at all levels of our existence. Gomukha Mudra in Gomukha Asana. Sit in the Vajrasana with your spine as erect as possible. Take up the Gomukha Asana by crossing your knees with the right leg over the left. Bring your feet back so that you are sitting between the heels of your crossed feet. Perform the Gomukha Mudra by taking your right hand over your right shoulder and catching it from behind by your left hand. Fix your gaze on the tip of your upright elbow and enjoy the creation of the benign energy of the bovine life forms. This practice creates a healthy circulation in the upper part of the body and massages all tissues of the neck, shoulder, and upper areas of the spinal column. It also releases unhealthy tension that tends to accumulate in the upper spinal and neck regions from sedentary desk jobs and physical inactivity. Slowly release the hand and leg position and come back to Vajrasana. to enjoy a short period of relaxation with deep breathing. Manduka Mudra in Manduka Asana. Sit in Vajrasana and then open your knees to create a wide kneed posture. Rearrange your feet so that the great toes of both your feet are as close as possible behind your back. This is the Manduka Asana. To perform the Manduka Mudra, take both your arms over your shoulders and place the palms onto the sides of your spinal column. Bring both elbows as close together as possible while keeping your head balanced and looking straight ahead. The Manduka Mudra in Manduka Asana fully opens the whole shoulder and upper back region, giving this overused region an excellent stretch. It also helps to improve upper chest breathing and creates a healthy chest expansion that is useful in patients of chronic respiratory conditions. The Manduka Asana helps to realign the whole pelvis and helps in creating good reproductive and excretory health. When ready, slowly release your hands and feet and come back to the sitting position for some deep breathing and relaxation. Hamsa Mudra in Prasarita Uttanasana. Take up the equal balance standing Samasthiti Asana. Jump with your feet a couple of feet apart and stretch your arms to the sides. The arms should be stretching the chest from side to side. Turn to your right with your hands straight out from your shoulders. Turn your entire torso and stretch the arms sidewards. Bring your arms behind your back and perform the Hamsa Mudra by joining your palms together. Back bend gently and then stretch forward until your forehead touches your knee. If possible, bring your chin to the knee and give your entire back an excellent stretch. Don't let your knees bend at any point. Hold the position for 30 seconds. Slowly release and come back in the same manner that you went into the pose. Repeat on the opposite side, giving an equal balance to both sides of your body. This practice ensures good spinal health as well as a healthy abdominal massage. An excellent sense of balance is also developed by the regular practice of this technique. Slowly come up and relax in Samasthiti Asana with a few rounds of deep breathing. Hamsa Mudra in Padottanasana. Stand in Samasthiti-asana and jump with your feet 3 to 4 feet apart. Stretch your arms to the side so that they are pulling your chest in opposite directions. Slowly raise your arms parallel to each other above the head and give a good stretch from top to bottom. Slowly and steadily bring your hands down to the ground in between your feet. Lift your head and stretch your entire spinal region. Push your head down and place it on the ground between your two hands. Slowly lift both hands and perform the Hamsa Mudra, the swan gesture, by joining your palms behind your back. Hold the position for 30 seconds. This practice ensures a good supply of blood to the upper part of the body and the head by virtue of being one of the head below the heart postures. This can also help reset the blood pressure regulatory mechanism and may be of use in mild to moderate hypertension. The shoulders and back as well as the leg muscles get an excellent stretch. When ready, slowly release the pose. Adjust yourself to come back up to the Samasthiti asana in the same manner as you went into the pose. Relax with a few rounds of deep breathing and enjoy the benefits of this practice as it permeates through your entire circulatory system. Garuda Hasta Mudra in Garuda Asana. Stand in a steady and comfortable Samasthiti asana. Perform the Garuda Asana by balancing on your left leg while bringing your right leg across and around the left so that both legs are entwined. Now perform the Garuda Hasta Mudra by crossing your right hand over the left so as to entwine both hands. Bring the entwined arms inward and twist them up to your face level. The performance of the Garuda Hasta and Pada Mudras, when done together, helps to maximize the benefits of both these mudras. This provides a slow and sustained stretch to the muscles of the arms and legs. This produces an excellent relaxation response in these tissues. Repeat the practice by performing it on the opposite side in order to also attain the healthy musculoskeletal benefits on that side of your body too. This is a useful prelude to other relaxation practices and also helps to develop a keen sense of perfect balance. Nerve currents that stimulate glandular activity are also stimulated by this practice. Garuda Mudra in the Garuda Asana stretches the spinal column and is a boon for those suffering from problems of the lower back. When ready, Slowly release the foot and hand positions and come back to the Samasthiti for some deep breathing and relaxation. Kshatriyan Kriya with Mudra sequence. A beautiful use of various mudras can be seen in the performance of the Kshatriyan Kriya or warrior sequence. This is based on the military procedure where the soldier offers his weapons in a salute to his commander. From the Samasthiti Asana, jump with your legs 3 feet apart, keeping your arms stretched out from the shoulders parallel to the ground. Bend your knee as if performing the Virasana and turn your torso with the arms to the sides. Bring your hands to the chest in Namaskar Mudra. This is the base position from which the entire Kshatriyan Kriya will be now performed. Breathe in and lift your hands into the Anjali Mudra. Back bend lightly and then bring your hands to the Namaskar Mudra on the out breath while straightening your spine. Stretch your hands forward into the Agra Mudra while breathing in. Slowly come back to the Namaskar Mudra on the out breath. This is the first part of this practice. To perform the second part, breathe in and lift your hands into the Anjali Mudra and bend back lightly. Bring your hands to the Namaskar Mudra at the chest on the out breath. On the in breath, stretch into the Agra Mudra and continue the movement forward, bringing your folded hands down to the ground while breathing out. Keep your folded hands on the ground and look up, giving an excellent stretch to your neck. Breathe out in this position and then, on an incoming breath, slowly come back up to the Agra Mudra. Bring your hands back to the Namaskar Mudra while breathing out. To perform the third part of this practice, breathe in and perform Anjali Mudra and back bend lightly. Slowly come back to the Namaskar Mudra on the out breath. On an incoming breath, stretch into the Agra Mudra and then bring your folded hands down to the ground on the out breath. Keeping your hands on the ground, look up and stretch your neck while breathing in. Slowly lower your head onto the folded hands on an out breath. Hold the pose for a few seconds. Slowly lift your head and come back to the Agra Mudra on an incoming breath. Bring your hands back to the Namaskar Mudra while breathing out. Slowly turn your body back to the front. Release the open-legged stance and bring your arms back to your sides. Enjoy a quiet relaxation in the Samasthiti Asana. Each of the 3 parts of this sequence of movements, synchronized with mudras and the breath, is to be repeated 3 times, and then the entire procedure done on the opposite side to attain an even balance of the vital energies. The Kshatriyan Kriya with the Hasta Mudra sequence is an excellent preventive and corrective technique for various musculoskeletal disorders and helps to develop an excellent sense of balance and coordination, as well as improve the attention span.